So we have yet another mass shooting in the United States of America. I know, shocking. So right now it is October 25th, 2023, and it is 11:10 p.m. that I am recording this. Okay, so we're going to get into this. As you guys can tell from the video title, there have been many fatalities, and currently the guy has not been found by police just yet. Okay, but we are going to get into this. Let's start. It says, who was Robert Carr? Okay, this is the suspect in the Lewiston mass shooting. So that's his name, Robert Carr. Okay, and I'm going to put an image up here, probably over here, of him. All right, let's get into it. It says, according to local reports out of Lewiston, Maine, there are 22 fatalities as we know as of now. Okay, and 60 more shot during a mass shooting on Wednesday night. Today, the suspect is still at large. Numerous emergency personnel and authorities are responding to an active shooter in the Maine town. Reports indicate that at least 16 people, possibly more, have been shot and injured. The shooter had been active in multiple locations. An emergency alert had been issued asking people to avoid the area and shelter in place as the suspect is at large. So I'm going to actually put up a chart probably over here. And these are just the different locations that this guy went to, Robert Carr. So it says spare time recreation. Okay, that was one. You got Schmiege's bar and grill restaurant, and then we have Walmart distribution center. So the spare time, from my understanding, is supposed to be a bowling alley. Okay, so it was in these different areas to a total of 22 fatalities and multiple, they say at least 60 for now is what we know of that has happened. So we're going to get a little bit more into detail of who this guy is and what all really took place during this whole ordeal. Okay, so it says police in Lewiston, Maine have identified Robert Carr, a 41-year-old, even though from his birthday, which they said was 04/04/83, I think that he should be like 40, but whatever, 41. It says 41-year-old retired military officer as the main suspect in the shooting of at least 2 businesses in the city. We now know it's 3. Okay, they said that he also is a firearm instructor at the U.S. Army Reserve training facility in Maine. It says Carr, who was twice divorced and the father of 3 children, has a history of arrest for domestic violence and other crimes. One of his ex-wives obtained a restraining order against him. And then they start going into his own personal politics and stuff like that, which I don't personally think is relative to this video. So I'm not going to mention that. It says the first reports of the shooting emerged around 8 p.m. local time, involving multiple locations. And those were the ones that I mentioned, 1, 2, and 3. That we have seen. So here's just a little bit more from a different story for this. It says the bulletin says the man Robert Carr had been trained as a firearm instructor, as I said, at the U.S. Army Reserve training facility in Maine. The document also says Carr has been committed to a mental health facility for 2 weeks in the summer of 2023. It did not provide specific details as to his treatment and or condition. It says the document also said Carr had reported hearing voices and had threatened to carry out a shooting at the military training base in Saco, Maine. So they're saying, okay, well, this guy has had a history of mental health illness. They're saying that, he was hearing voices and all this, and then that's why this is going on. But I'm gonna be real, and I know people get some flack for it, but when are we going to get tired of just saying that all these people got mental health illness and that's why they're out here murdering people, versus just saying these people just wanted to go out here and murder some people? You know what I mean? Because we're going out here and saying, oh, well, the persons are ill. You know what I mean? That's why they're doing it, because, he was hearing voices, but the voices told him to beat on his wife. It told him to beat his 2 wives up. It told him to do that too. Oh, no, I didn't tell him to do that. I only told him to go and get the gun and kill some people. You know what I mean? But this is one of the things that we need to really highlight and talk about is just the overall mental health of Americans, okay? We are living in the richest country in the entire world, and we have no universal health care, which would include mental health services as well. You have a lot of people who are out on the streets. You have a lot of homeless people who are out on the streets. And a lot of that is not only caused by rising prices and stuff like that, but mental health, deinstitutionalization, which is what we have, which is what was caused. So we have a lot of issues, and a lot of things that really we shouldn't be dealing with. So I mean, that's one of the things that really get me. So let's say it really was a serious mental health break, okay, like with all the mass shooters, because that's what they all say. So let's just say it was a serious mental health break, okay. You look at something like that, and it's like, okay, well, did you get treatment? And it says, okay, well, he went and got 2 weeks of treatment, and he was hearing voices, whatever, then he's done. And it's like, okay. And then another thing that gets me is how they say that he's a firearms instructor and doing all this, but he has a history of domestic violence with his wife. Well, why would I allow you to be teaching people about firearms and you like to beat on women and possibly do whatever else to them? You know what I mean? That one of the wives had to get a restraining order against him. So stuff like that. Like I said, they don't have him apprehended as of yet. So there's that right now. But this is just another thing. I think about it and it's like, goodness, when are we going to get tired of this? When are Americans going to say, you know what? I'm tired. I'm tired of the shootings. I'm tired of all of this. Because I actually have a chart here that I want to show. I pulled it up. I actually want to show it, and it just shows not all of the shootings, but it shows shootings with a high total amount of victims. Okay, so we got the Las Vegas Strip massacre that happened in 2017. You have fatalities, 58. 546 were injured with the total victims of 604. 58 dead. Wow. Orlando nightclub massacre in 2016. 49 dead. 53 injured. 102 victims. Virginia Tech massacre in 2007. Got 32 dead. 23 injured. 55 total. You got Sandy Hook Elementary. And that was in 2012, 27 fatalities, 2 injured, 29 total victims. You got the Texas First Baptist Church massacre, 2017, 26 dead, 20 injured, 46 total. We got the Lubies massacre in Killeen, Texas in 91. That one I never even heard about. 24 fatalities, 20 injured, 44 victims. We got the San Yistro McDonald's massacre in 1984. I never even heard of that one either. 22 fatalities, 19 injured, 41 victims. El Paso Walmart shootings in 2019, 22 fatalities, 26 injured, 48 total. Robb Elementary, this was in Uvalde in 2022. We have fatalities at 21, injured 17, victims total 38. Then we got the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School shooting in 2018. This was the one that was in Parkland, Florida. 17 fatalities, 17 injured, and 34 total victims. We have the United States Postal Service shooting in Oklahoma in 1986. I didn't even know about this one. 15 fatalities, 6 injured, 21 total victims. We got San Bernardino mass shooting in 2015. We have 14 fatalities, 21 injured, 35 victims total. We got the Binghamton shooting. This was in 2009. I didn't even know about this one. We got 14 fatalities, 4 injured, and 18 total victims. And of course, you have now this isn't the start of it, but we have certain things that you look at Columbine with school shootings, and it's like, that may have been the start of a lot of this stuff that's going on. So you have a lot of this stuff that's going on. It's like, goodness gracious, when are we going to get tired of this? And people say, oh, we'll get a gun. Well, if more people had a gun, well, you have a lot of people. And I was even saying this earlier. I was like this, even if I had a gun, and I'm not like, ooh, I know how to shoot and do all this, but you know how to do the basic stuff. Even if I had one, if you pull out an AK automatic rifle with an extended magazine and you point that at me, I'm ducking, I'm running, I'm not even gonna use my stuff. So let's say people did have it, okay, which Maine, from what I understand, is a permitless state. Okay, you don't need a permit to have a gun. And people said it's also a really big for hunting as well. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, so who's to say that, any of these people had it? And let's say they did have it. Okay, let's just say, okay, all these people had a gun or something like that. Who's to say that these people are going to be able to do anything with it? You know what I mean? Who's to say that that's actually going to happen? You know what I mean? The easier thing, or the more effective thing, would be more control on it, banning certain types of guns and just not allowing people to have guns like that. I keep bringing up, this has been now my third video of doing it, bringing up Australia and what they did. They had a mass shooting. It was a crazy shooting, and pretty much they were like, you had the people there, they were like, I don't need a gun that bad if this is what's going to happen. And they haven't had mass shootings really ever since then. You know what I mean? Now, of course, in any place you'll have your isolated events, little small, but not like, as I pulled up, I can pull the chart back up. It's nothing like this, where it's just murder. And these are just the bigger ones. There are many more mass shootings that we just don't know about. There are many more that just have not been brought to the spotlight for it, so that's one of the things. But I'm gonna try to keep you all updated on what it is that I find. If there's any more updates on who Robert Carr is, any more insights into his life. They claim he was single, but they only got that from a Facebook page, so they don't know too much as of yet. But they claim that he's single, divorced twice, got 3 kids, domestic violence, a firearm instructor, and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty much all that we know right now. They don't have him in captivity now. I don't know if they even will. You know what I mean? They also said that they found his vehicle. Okay, he had a 2013 white vehicle, and they found it, and they said that he is possibly fleeing via boat. So wherever he's going to be trying to go from there. But so far, that's all we have for this one. If there's anything else, I will make another video for it. But let me know what you all think about this down below. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and also leave a comment down below. I would also appreciate it if you could go on ebay.com, simply type in Latrice Limited, click on shops, and then you can support me right over there. I have a wide variety of items over there. I have many of my own personal Latrice Limited items, which has candles, bath bombs, soaps, essential oil blends, lingerie robes. I have a whole bunch of stuff. I even have comic books on there, men's ties, action figures, a whole bunch of other stuff as well. Definitely support me on there. Like I said, do not forget to like and subscribe, and thank you.